What's going on, guys? Randy here, Nerds Templar. Opening another one, our second of these Disney Lorcana trading card game starter decks from the first chapter, the first series they came out with. They're currently at 3. They already announced their 4th. This only started in September 2023, so they're really moving quite along quite quickly. These are from the Amber and Amethyst, and this is a booster that came with that. Got a couple duplicates already from there. Maleficent. We got Tink. Might have a Magic Golden Flower in this deck here. Got a Goofy there. Got another Hey Hey. Fire the Cannons, which could be in this deck. Silver, Steel and Sapphire, blue and silver then. Eye of Fates. Mickey Mouse that we had in the other one. True Friend. Beast. Hard-headed, which could be again in this one we're going to see right now. Tekka, which I think is our rare. And then we had Ariel, which we did not have. This was the only card really, I think that, well, yeah, it definitely the only card we got that is playable in this Amber and Amethyst that we didn't have yet. So that could be added in. We already had Maleficent, as I said, and the Hey Hey. Captain Hook is our foil here. Captain Hook, Forceful Duelist. So nothing too crazy, I guess. It looks like a common card. And then it came with a piece of a puzzle there or something. And that was that. Of course, you can look at the other video to check out the whole deck and what we kind of learned from that. Here, of course, all our counters that we'll have to find a nice place for. They'll have more, I'm sure, more official counters in the future that are available, but for now we can just use the chintzy things when we play, and we'll just use the ones from these two decks. I don't think we'll have to really pop out more from any other decks. But here we have our second of 3 first chapter starter decks. The other one, this one's Amber and Amethyst, as you can see there. I think the other one we don't have is Ruby and Emerald, and this is Sapphire and Steel, and I think that might be the only 6 that there are. So we shall find out. Of course, that was all we saw even from our booster. And here, number 2 are, what's her name? Aurora, Sleeping Beauty, and Simba deck. There's Aurora there. One version. Briar Rose, I bet the other one, we're going to have a holo of her, I'm sure. There's our first chapter, another booster for us. There's the rest of our tokens we'll need to pop out. And of course, like last time, our small playmat, that's all you need. A little lore counter, your deck and your discard, and then just a little thing to show which cards are in play and what's your inkwell, which really it would just, you just stack them up here and you tap them when you need to and whatever. I also saw, because characters need 1 turn before they can do anything, they call that they need their ink to dry. You can always set them down here for the first turn and then move them up into the cards in play for their second turn once their ink does dry. I think they actually recommended that in their own little mini roll thing that I looked into. Here again, the rolls. Not going to look at that too close, but again, they are going to have on this side a little bit of directions on how you can maybe use the deck. Even some deck building information, that's nice. How you can do multiplayer games. And there's the ink key, is what they call it. So Amber and Amethyst, Emerald and Ruby, Sapphire and Steel. We have that. All right. Open that next after we take a look at this. Okay, this is much better for opening. This is going to open much better than the last one, I think. I hoped. There we go. All right. Nice thick cards. You can tell because they're kind of heavy. Right. So Aurora. Ooh, Disarming Beauty. When you play this character, let me zoom in. Chosen character gets -2 power this turn. This turn, does that include that card's next turn? I'm not sure. And there's 3 of her, and then there's probably one of the, I'm sure, one of the foil of her here, Aurora Dreaming Guardian. A little stronger. Shift 3, so okay, so you'll, for less, actually, I guess. No, it would actually cost more altogether, but you can play this one on top of that one. Your other characters gain ward. Wow, nice. Opponents can't choose them except a challenge, which must mean like for abilities and effects and things or whatever, can't use them. Another really cool looking foil though. They're nice cards. I'd say they're pretty nice cards. Be nice to see. I'm thinking that they do have some that are like more artwork. We'll see if they get into that with some of the like super rares they got. Frame Breakers. Another cool one though, of course. Our second foil, Simba, Returned King. Strong card. Challenger. Wow. So he gets 8 if he's challenging, plus 8, or 8 power altogether. During your turn, this character gains evasive. Oh, nice. Wait. Oh yeah, of course. If it's your turn, you gain evasive. That means you can challenge characters with evasive, since it's only on your turn. Still useful. It's another Aurora, Regal Princess. Oh, and this one would be a better play probably for the shift because it's only 2 ink and doesn't have anything else, but does gain 2 lore when it quests. She. And yeah, 3 of her. Be expected. Ooh, a Flounder. It's interesting because the other deck has Ariel a couple times and then Flounder's over here. Voice of Flounder, Voice of Reason. Cheap. Actually, 1 cost, but 2/2. Can only do 1 lore though. Grandma Tala, Storyteller. I will be with you. When this character is banished, you may put this card into your inkwell face down and exerted. Nice. Well, that's pretty awesome. I guess that's why it's a 2 cost though. I'm going to go ahead and say that's why it's 2. Ooh, Jasmine Disguised. And Aladdin, I think, is part of the Ruby Emerald. I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, it's like Maleficent in Aladdin. Is that who it is? Jasmine Disguised. Okay. It's not a bad card. Almost like a mid-range. Good 2 lore on questing, though. I am actually really excited to use these decks now. I'm not going to lie. Maleficent, Sinister Visitor. We might have Maleficent in every deck of the 3 starter decks. Wow. For the first series. I'll have to see, because yeah, I think she premieres in the other one. That's weird. Of course, again, Disney loves its villains, but not as much as DC and Marvel love their villains. And who else? There's somebody else. Pokemon, in some places like Pokemon Go, seem to really like put up Team Rocket as like, you know, they're the bad guys, but they're, you know, they're not actually bad, because nothing's really bad. Yeah, bunch of baloney is what I call that. Maleficent, who is bad, uninvited. Love it. But wow, 5 cost, 3/6, 3 lore. That is a pretty decent card, it seems. Has a gold triangle, so again, maybe an uncommon. Still really have no idea about the rarities, rarity icons. Mickey Mouse Detective. Wow, we got a Mickey in here. There's a bunch of, there's like character cards from every type for every character. Maybe, who knows? Maybe eventually there will be. Not yet, but eventually perhaps. When you play this card, you may put the top card of your deck into your inkwell face down and exerted. Wow, that's interesting, but could also be Oh, you may put the top, but it's not like you would know unless you did know. Unless you had used a different card already to know what your top card was, and you then played Mickey, and you then knew you didn't mind making that into ink. And that must mean maybe you can only play one card as ink per turn. I don't know about that for sure. Although, I mean, it would pace the game. So that's probably the rule. Another Mickey Mouse Detective is a Mufasa, King of the Bridelands. It's a common, but he's strong. 3 lore, a 4/6. Very nice. Give me 3 Mufasa. Yeah, 2, okay. And a Scar, Mastermind. Also strong. Interesting artwork. What do you guys think about that art? Only 1 Scar. Maybe an uncommon again. Develop your brain. Okay, so that's all the Sapphire characters. Now we're into the Sapphire actions and items. Look at the top 2 cards of your deck. Put 1 into your hand and the other on the bottom of the deck. Okay. Interesting. Is that can't remember where that kid's from. 3 of those can also be used as ink. Not bad. Nice, easy draw card to use. 1 jump ahead action song. Put the top card of your deck into your inkwell face down and exerted. So okay. So this deck might be I don't know what you would call it, but like a ramp up kind of deck. Something you're trying to get as much ink out as quickly as possible. Coconut basket. Consider the coconut. Whenever you play a card, you may remove up to 2 damage from chosen character. Ooh. Always good to have some heals. So really, I don't know. There's a little bit of difference, I guess. The other deck was a lot of discarding or returning cards to your hand from the discard. And there's a lot of card draw. This one has some card draw, but then there's a lot of, I guess, it's mostly focused so far from the Sapphire side of things, at least. It's focused on getting ink in play, mostly from cards in your deck. And there's a Magic Golden Flower, which we had in the booster. Banish this item, remove up to 3 damage from chosen characters. So there's another heal. 2 of those. So we could add a third if we wanted from the booster. There's Beast Hard-Headed, which we also got from the booster. Got one. Well, of course, yeah, we got one of him, and we can put him in if we wanted. And there's a Captain Hook Forceful Duelist, of course, which is just fine. We could add our foil in either way if I really wanted to use the foil. Figure there'd be 3 of him. Cheap card. And I don't know, steel seems like something that would be an attacking or at least defend some kind of attack or defense based. Goons, Maleficent's Underlings. They may be useless, but they come with the castle. And they can be used as ink. 2/2 though. One costs 2/2. I mean, if you really needed to play one of them, there's only 2 of them. Hercules, the true hero, wearing some kind of lion outfit. Bodyguard, this character may enter play exerted. An opposing character who challenges one of your characters must choose one with bodyguard if able. So it's like a taunt. Okay. May enter play exerted, which means that, because I guess it has to be exerted if it's going to be challenged at all. So yeah. So defensive. Steel must be defensive. So if you see, I guess maybe if you wanted like a strong like fighting deck, maybe you go Ruby and Steel. I don't think that's a starter deck combo yet. Maybe in Ursula it will be. The one coming up. I could be wrong though. Maybe they do already have that. And I don't know exactly where Ruby is. I'm just kind of guessing that it's a strong attack-based deck. We'll see. Crystal. Because green could be that too. But yeah, I don't know. Those are the 2 we won't know about for sure yet. Official Ice Master, Kristoff. Not bad. 2 lore gained, 1 questing. A 3/3/3. 3/3 for 3. Oh, there's Maui. Demigod. 8/8 for 8. Ooh, can be used as ink, but also gains 3 when questing. That seems like a pretty good card. Prince Eric, dashing and brave. Challenger 2. So it becomes a 3/3 when challenging. Not while being challenged, of course, just while challenging. That's the thing. That's what I missed in the last video when I was trying to figure out why that mattered. Because you're still, when you're challenged, you're still going to do damage back. So when he's challenged, he's only going to be able to do 1 damage. But if he's going to attack himself, then he's going to do 3. Which really matters for the card that has 0 power, Challenger +2. Means that when it's attacked, things can attack that card without worrying. That was the Doctor. They can shift. Simba, rightful heir, or other Simba. Foil being the other. I know what I have to do. During your turn, whenever this card banishes another character in a challenge, you gain 1 lore. Sweet. Cool. I like that. I felt like these were one of the 2 that I would probably like to use, either Simba or Mickey. Maybe I'll even make it a Simba and Mickey deck. Who knows? Easy enough to split them and mix and match because you know which cards have to go where. I mean, probably about 30. Oh, wait, no, there's 50 cards in a deck. So probably about 25, I would assume, of each type in each deck. Fire the cannons. 2 damage to chosen character. We saw that in our booster. Probably 3 of those, yep. So we have duplicates that we can't use already. Several. A lot of them, actually, from that 1 booster we opened. We must honestly, gonna get a lot of the cards in the series, probably, if we have all 3 starter decks. So, I mean, it's not horrible to have extras of those, I guess. Especially extras of ones that don't have 3 in the deck. Grab your sword, another action. This is a song, though. Deal 2 damage to each opposing character. Yes. Grab your sword. Wait, what is that? Is there a way to know what place the song comes from? What movie / whatever? What universe? No. You do as always. You have the all the series info in the illustrator. 1 is the, I guess there's no icon unless this little thing here next to the illustration. I don't think so because it looks like an ink pen. Anyway, ransack action, draw 2 cards, then choose and discard 2 cards. So you can choose the ones you just drew if need be. Smash, another action, deal 3 damage to chosen character. Sweet. So yeah, there's a lot of damage dealing in here, and there's also a lot of defense and steal. Not bad. If you want to go hard-headed. Makes sense. Blue, you'd probably imagine, would have been more like magic-based. Kind of is. Getting ink out there. Mana, if you will. Banish this item, frying pan. Chosen character can't challenge during their next turn. Okay, I mean, that's good, I guess. Be used later on in the game, maybe, with something super strong. The only reason I'm splitting this is so the foils are more toward the middle instead of on like the very bottom, basically. Okay, wow, look at this. So there's Sapphire and there's Steel. So it's definitely a mainly Sapphire deck. But again, this is series 1 of already 3. Can you believe it? Holy Toledo. This is like every 3 months almost, maybe even less than that, really, that they're coming out with another one. So here our booster, free-ish booster. I mean, you're obviously paying for the starter deck and the booster, but most people aren't getting the starter decks for the booster. So I just went, the place I got these from is the first time I was at that place. Probably the biggest hobby shop around here, and they had a ton of Lorcana, they had a ton of Pokemon, they had a lot of stuff, really. I was really impressed with their selection. Comics and everything. Legos, D&D stuff galore. I mean, I'm definitely gonna have to go back there, but I'm thinking, like, because I go to the comic shop, which is also near to the other card store. They're both smaller, but they're both nice, and I could see myself maybe once every week or once every 2 weeks go in there to those places, and then the other place maybe once a month, something like that. Anyway, Archimedes, that's something we don't have, and that is an amethyst, which would go in our obviously our amber and amethyst deck if we wanted it to. Doesn't have anything to them other than a 2/2 1 cost. There's a lot of these that are 2/2 with a 1 cost, which can also be in ink if it needs to, and 1 lore. There's another Tinkerbell. I'll guarantee you we get 3. Well, maybe not 3. I'll bet we probably get 1 maybe in the Ruby the Ruby Emerald deck. Maybe we'll get 2. But there's 2 for us already. Evasive, and can make another character evasive during your turn. Merlin, self-appointed mentor. Sweet. Something else we don't got that we could use if we wanted to. Support. Whenever this quest, you may add its power to chosen character's power this turn. Nice, because it's actually more powerful than the other support card we have that I think came in I think it was part of the Amber and Amethyst deck. Gaston. Yeah, now I can't remember exactly what that support card was. Reckless, Gaston, Arrogant Hunter. I think for some reason I remember this card. I'm not sure why. Maybe there's a promo version. Can't quest, must challenge every turn if able. That's what Reckless is. Mr. Shmee. Wait. I think we had Mr. Shmee in here. In the Amber and Amethyst. Maybe not. I could be wrong about that. Ooh. I don't know. It is possible. 2/5 though. And we got goons, more goons. Only had 2 goons in the Steel Sapphire deck, so we could add that. I can't remember if we had 2 or 3 Simba rightful heirs in there. But again, if it was 2, we can add 1 of him. A lot of duplicates, but whatevs, I suppose. Tigger, wonderful thing. Evasive, cool. Like all your tigers. 6/4/4, 6 cost 4/4. Pascal, camouflage. Gains evasive when there's another character in play. Have that in the Amber and Amethyst. Lilo is not though. Lilo making a wish. It's a 1/1/1, but 2 lore on that. Ooh, that's interesting. That is an interesting card. Don't have any of her. Don't have Iago yet. Now we do. A 1/4. You got a problem? Tap. Chosen character gains, exert. Chosen character gains Reckless during their next turn. Ooh, that's interesting. So he can, yeah. So it's almost like that's like a real taunt when you think about it. He's like literally, you tap him to make whatever you want, basically taunt, basically whatever you want, make them attack you. Doesn't necessarily make him attack him, but it could if he's the only thing that ends up exerted, which he would have to be exerted at least him. Iago, Loudmouth Parrot, love it. And our foil, sweet. Another Simba, but this is a young Simba, and so one we don't have. It's another common, I guess, but a card we don't have, and we have the Amber deck, so a new card, yay. Bodyguard, enter play exerted, and must be challenged if your opponent challenges. It's only a 2/3. Cool card though. Not seeing a bunch of the foil though. I mean, you can see it shining, but not really like anything really standing out in the foil. Maybe his outline, a little bit at the very top, a little bit of the sand perhaps, or whatever that is, wasteland. All right, yeah, another piece of the puzzle. Maybe, I don't know, maybe there's only 4 of them. I think maybe we have this one right here. Oh wait, look. You can look. Yep. Okay. Yeah, probably just 4. Cool though. All right. Anyway, there is that. I think we learned most of the roles here in our pack opening. Pretty cool, pretty cool. This pack / deck look. Say maybe more unique cards from this booster than the last one. Happier about the holo or the foil, not that it's actually better than our other common foil, but maybe it's more valuable, who knows. Simba is, in my opinion, cooler than Captain Hook, but that's just my opinion. Captain Hook is a pirate, after all, even if he's a super goofy one. Anyway, that's that. That's this. There's those. Whoa. As always, new cards sliding around like crazy. There's these. Whoop. And maybe in a future video, if I do it, if I look at it, that is, I will tell you if anything's at all sort of valuable toward the top of the list or whatever, which probably isn't going to be the case with 2 common foils. But anyway, that's it, guys. I'll be back with probably showing you some more starter decks maybe soonish of this, so stay tuned for that. Might take a bit because I am more focused on Pokemon, but sometime maybe we'll end up with one of the Illumineers troves, perhaps, maybe whenever with the new things coming out. The first chapter, Illumineers Trove, is quite expensive. The other 2, though, the more recent 2, aren't so bad, though, so maybe sometime we'll grab those. But yeah, anyway, that's that. If I'll let you know how any battling goes that we do with these, and I'll probably bring you some. If it's not 2-player, then I guess just me showing off the decks a little bit, showing how the game's played a bit, just by myself, which isn't super fun, but it's something, I guess. And yeah, I don't think there's anything really here in the rolls that we... Oh, here, rarity key, that's good. So we were right about common, and I think we were right about uncommon. No, we weren't. So the gold, or the bronze triangle, is actually rare, and that white thing is uncommon, which I get. Okay, all right, I get that. Okay, now I'm seeing what they're trying to do here. It's just hard to tell whenever the super rare really isn't silver. It looks just as gray as the common icon does. But that is what that other one is supposed to be. So common, circle, not too epic. The uncommon, a little shield thing, a couple streaks inside. So it goes gray to white, then to bronze with rare, then to silver with super rare, and gold legendary. That makes sense. All right, that's that. Hopefully I'll be able to try these out soon, and I will catch you guys again soon. For now, this is Randy and Nerds Templar. Peace.